You know how to say, "People believe the lost city of Atlantis was a powerful empire." It's a good sentence. It's correct. But in a history documentary or a formal news report, you will almost never hear it that way. Instead, you will hear this. It is believed that the lost city of Atlantis was a powerful empire. Or, even more sophisticated, Atlantis is believed to have been a powerful empire. This small change in structure makes the language sound much more objective, academic, and mysterious. It is the advanced passive voice, and it is the secret language of journalists, historians, and academics. Today, we are going to uncover its secrets. Welcome back to our advanced series, English Grammar Unlocked. I'm your host, Scarlett. Today, we are becoming historical detectives, exploring the great mystery of the lost city of Atlantis to master the advanced passive voice. In this episode, we will turn a complex grammar rule into a legendary quest. First, we will investigate the legend of Atlantis and see how these special passive structures are used to talk about rumors, history, and general beliefs. Second, we will master 7 essential vocabulary words for reporting uncertain information. And finally, for our language focus, we will break down the 2 key structures of the impersonal passive so you can use them with confidence. Are you ready to dive into the depths of history? The first challenge when telling a story like the one of Atlantis is that we don't have all the facts. We have legends, rumors, and general beliefs. So, how do you report a belief that is held by many people without saying people say or they believe? Let's begin our investigation. Part 1. The legend is told. Structure 1. It plus be plus past participle plus that. Clause. Our story today is about one of the world's greatest mysteries, the lost city of Atlantis. It is a story that has captivated people for thousands of years. But is it real? We don't know. For sure. Therefore, when we talk about it, we must use special language to show that we are reporting a general belief, not a proven fact. Let's explore the legend using our first advanced passive structure. The story of Atlantis began with the ancient Greek philosopher, Plato. It is said that Atlantis was an island located beyond the Pillars of Hercules. It is believed that its citizens were a noble and powerful race, half god and half human. For centuries, it has been claimed that Atlantis possessed incredible technology, like flying machines and powerful crystals, far beyond anything in the ancient world. However, it is also thought that the people of Atlantis eventually became greedy, arrogant, and corrupt, and that this corruption angered the gods. Let's pause our story. All of these bolded phrases are examples of our first structure. It is often called the impersonal passive. The formula is it plus a passive verb, like is said, is believed, is thought, plus a that clause. We call it impersonal because the subject of the sentence is the impersonal pronoun it. It doesn't refer to anything specific. It's just a placeholder. The real purpose of this structure is to report a general opinion, belief, or rumor in a formal and objective way, without naming the specific source. We don't know exactly who says, believes, or thinks these things. We just know that this is the general legend. You will see this structure everywhere in news reports and historical texts. For example, it is reported that the president will make a speech tonight. Or, it is known that the earth is round. We now know how to report a general belief. But what if we want to make the subject of that belief the city of Atlantis, or its kings, the main focus of our sentence? For this, we need a different, even more sophisticated structure. Let's continue the story. Part 2. The Lost Civilization. Structure 2. Subject plus be, plus past participle, plus 2. Infinitive. Now, let's change our focus from the general legend to the specific details of the lost city itself. We can express the same ideas from Part 1, but using our second advanced passive structure. Let's talk about the city itself. Atlantis is thought to have been a very large and prosperous island. Its kings are said to have been descendants of the sea god, Poseidon. The civilization of Atlantis is believed to have been destroyed in a single day and night by a great cataclysm, like an earthquake or a volcano that sank the entire island into the sea. For thousands of years, explorers have searched for it. The lost city is rumored to be hidden somewhere at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. Let's pause our investigation again. This is our second structure. The formula is subject plus a passive verb plus a to infinitive. This is a more advanced way to express the same idea as the it is structure. But this time, the subject of the rumor, Atlantis, its kings, becomes the subject of the main sentence. This makes the sentence feel more focused and direct. Now, this structure has a very important rule. We use two different types of infinitives. First, we use the simple infinitive, to be or to have, to talk about a present belief about a present situation. For example, he is said to be a very rich man. People say now that he is rich now. Second, and this is the key to our story, we use the perfect infinitive, to have been or to have done, to talk about a present belief about a past situation. Atlantis is thought to have been an island. People think now that it was an island in the past. The kings are said to have been descendants of a god. People say now that they were descendants in the past. This perfect infinitive is our grammar time machine. It allows the main verb to be in the present, is thought, while the action it describes is in the distant past, to have been. Our historical investigation has revealed two powerful ways to talk about legends and rumors. Now, are you ready to become a grammar expert? Let's put these structures under the microscope. Part 3. Language focus. First, let's master our 7 essential vocabulary words for today's lesson. Our first word is legend. A legend is a very old story from ancient times, which may or may not be true. For example, the story of the lost city of Atlantis is a famous legend. Our second word is rumor. A rumor is a piece of information or a story that people talk about, but that may not be true. For example, there is a rumor that the old house is haunted. Our third word is ancient. Ancient means from a long time ago. Very old. For example, Plato was an ancient Greek philosopher. Next, we have civilization. A civilization is a well-organized and developed society. For example, the ancient Egyptian civilization built the pyramids. Our fifth word is to claim. To claim means to say that something is true, even though there is no definite proof. For example, it is claimed that Atlantis had advanced technology. The sixth word is to suppose. To suppose means to think that something is true or probable, based on your knowledge. For example, he is supposed to have been a very wise king. And our final word is to report. To report means to give people information about something that has happened. For example, it is reported that a new expedition will search for Atlantis next year. Now, for our grammar focus. Advanced passive voice. Let's do a final review by showing how to transform one idea into all three forms. Active. People believe that Atlantis was an island. Passive form 1. The it structure. It is believed that Atlantis was an island. Passive form 2. The subject structure. Atlantis is believed to have been an island. All three sentences have a very similar meaning, but the passive forms are much more formal and are very common in news, history, and academic writing. They show that you are reporting a general belief, not just your own personal opinion. You've learned the grammar of historians and journalists. Now, how can you practice this in your own English to sound more academic and objective? Part 4. Practice tips for the 4 skills. For listening, watch the first 5 minutes of a history or a science documentary on YouTube. Documentaries are full of these advanced passive structures. Listen very carefully for any phrase that starts with "It is believed that," or any phrase like "is thought to have been." For speaking, this is an advanced skill, but it is great practice. Talk to your AI tutor about a famous legend or a popular rumor from your own country. Your challenge is to use one of the 2 structures we learned today. For example, in my country, it is said that a famous ghost lives in the old castle. For reading, the introduction of almost any Wikipedia article about a historical person or a mysterious event is the perfect place to practice. The first few paragraphs are almost always full of the advanced passive voice. Read the first paragraph of the Wikipedia article for Atlantis and highlight these sentences. And for writing, this is a fantastic exercise. In your journal, practice rewriting sentences. Write a simple active sentence, like, "People say that the pirates buried treasure on this island." Then, rewrite it in both of our new passive forms. "It is said that," and "the pirates are said to have buried." Part 5. Your next action. Today, you have unlocked a very sophisticated and powerful tool. The advanced passive voice is the language of objectivity, of history, and of news reporting. By learning to use it and, more importantly, to recognize it, you are taking a giant leap in your ability to understand and produce formal and academic English. As we conclude, let's quickly summarize our lesson today. We explored the legend of Atlantis and discovered the 2 key structures of the advanced or impersonal passive voice, which we use to report general beliefs, rumors, and legends. We also learned 7 essential vocabulary words for this topic. As a review, those words were legend, rumor, ancient, civilization, to claim, to suppose, and to report. Now, I have a final question for you. What is a famous legend or rumor from your country? Tell us about it in the comments below using the phrase, "It is said that." If you are committed to making this mindset a part of your life, show your energy by smashing that like button. Be a hero for a friend by sharing this video with someone you know who loves history and mysteries. And to lock in your commitment to learning, subscribe and smash that notification bell so you don't miss our next workout. Remember, you now have the tools to talk about the world like a historian and a journalist. Until next time, take care and happy learning.